Guys, how you doing? All right, it's a long time no talk to, huh? We actually had quite a bit going on with digestive. We got through that, and it's time to move on. The nervous system is what we're going to talk about now, and there's quite a bit here to go through, but we'll do our best to make sure we knock it out pretty quickly and simply. You guys should have, at this point, taken care of your terms. If you have not done so, please do that. And let's go ahead and get started. The nervous system. Neurons, the basic cells of the nervous system. So everything in your body is made of cells, and so neurons themselves are no different. They're basic cells of the nervous system altogether, and every single cell has its purpose and its job to do. Over 1 billion in numbers. When we talk about the brain cells, we have over 1 billion of them together. And remember, there are ways of killing these off, and once they die, they do not come back. Important to know. Electrochemical communication is how this actually works. With chemicals, electricity is created and the brain actually fires. Electricity travels from neuron to neuron, creating information. It's an information superhighway, um, and causing you to do certain things or remember certain things or talk in a certain way, all those different types of stuff. What's happening right now, every hand gesture I have and the fact that I'm able to recall this information is all based off that chemical, electrochemical communication inside my brain between those billions of neurons. Um, and so as this actually happens, I'm able to recall information, I'm able to talk to you guys, I'm able to make hand gestures and simply change slides. Neuron general structures. This is what a neuron actually looks like. We're looking at dendrites. We're looking at cell soma. We're looking at nucleus, axon, the myelin sheath, and nodes of Ranvier. We are also going to be talking about sensory neurons and motor neurons specifically. You guys will have an assignment here in a little while, basically kind of mapping out the parts of these two different types of neurons, the sensor and the motor neurons, and how we actually, so the sensor neuron itself receives and sends sensory information. It's hot and cold, it's a smell, this is sight, this is sound and touch. And then the motor neuron is actually what causes your body to function. The sensory neuron pulls the information into the brain recognizes what's going on, says that's a hot plate, don't touch, sends the information back to the arm, pulling your hand away so you don't actually burn yourself. Sending neurons. Basically, what we see here are the actual microscopic portion of that neuron. If you're looking here, this is what the neuron looks like. Okay, so we have this nerve impulse coming in. These are the nerve impulse triggers released from the neurotransmitter. And here's our neurotransmitter. So this information is coming down, skips this tiny little microscopic gap space to the open neuron transmitters attached to receptors. So here's an open neuron that attaches to the receptor. The receptor then receives that, and the impulse is sent forward to make decisions as to what needs to happen next. Nerves, neuriae, neuro, bundles of nerves, some of the more medical terms we need to understand, medical nerves. What is the primary function? Receive and transmit message to and from all parts of the body. So everything that you do on a daily basis comes from that nervous system, your brain, which is actually the central nervous system, pushing it out to your peripheral nervous system in most cases. The nervous system itself, the function of it, regulate all body activity, receives and processes information, transmit nerve impulses between the brain limbs and lower parts of the body. The nervous system itself, we have two that we're going to talk about. The central nervous system, which is the brain, and the spinal cord, nerves within. Okay, the cord itself goes down the spinal column, and those nerves inside there are actually protected by the spinal column. Peripheral nervous system, all the way out here, okay, which consists of the cranial nerves, everything on the outside branching out, and spinal nerves outside the cord, everything that goes all the way to tips of your fingers, tips of your toes. Those two pieces. There's more to it than just that. These are the two pieces we'll be discussing in this classroom. I'm stopping there, okay? This is straightforward, simple. I will be loading up with this worksheet that will go along with it. You answer a couple of questions based off of the lecture you saw today. Simple as that.